Hello, folks. Welcome to the 340 subject pool study. I'm looking forward to your input for the study, which consists of profiles of different borrowers from kiva.org. This is a global crowdfunding platform from small business owners across the world. Here you can see a small text-based description or profile of a real borrower as well as a picture of that borrower. And this gentleman is a small business owner from Georgia, and the country Georgia, and he's making a request for funding for his business. And as you scroll further down, you can see that we have developed an AI generated video based on the text and actual image. So the profile is authentic, original, based on a real individual, but that is an AI generated video based on that text and image. And you have to evaluate the text, image, and the video based on the following rubric. And as you scroll further, you will see a matrix. And in this matrix, you'll find that there are rows consisting of different forms of persuasive appeal, starting with credibility, that is, how trustworthy and reliable is that message, how the pitch or the message builds up feelings of empathy and inspiration. Is the pitch based grounded in logic and reasoning? That's logical reasoning. And then there's timing. Does it evoke a sense of urgency or timeliness? And then does it have a strong sense of clarity, making it and the message is clearer and understandable for the audience? And on the columns, you can find three forms of sustainability: whether the pitch does well for the environment and protect the environment, and then at the next level, the social sustainability, whether the pitch in the for the proposed business, can it do good in terms of boosting community and family-based welfare in the context of education and healthcare? And then there's economic sustainability. Does the pitch really guarantee guarantee that there's going to be better financial sustainability for the small business? And does it support long-term income? So all these three columns constitute sustainability. Now let us look at one row, particularly credibility in the context of environmental sustainability. Now, in drop down the menu, you'll find four different rankings, starting from highly ineffective, somewhat ineffective to somewhat effective to highly effective. And here you can see does the you can assess whether the pitch actually whether it can evokes a high sense of trust and reliability in the context of environmental sustainability and in the context of doing good for the environment. So, if does the pitch if does the pitch make you feel that yes, I can trust that this borrower who is running this business, could be a dairy business, for instance, is really caring for the environment because they have mentioned something about doing good for the environment. They talked about some organic practices, and they seem to evoke a strong sense of trust and reliability in the context of the environment. So you can go in for highly effective to somewhat effective. But then, if they don't really talk about how they're going to protect the environment, and they do not really evoke a strong sense of trust and reliability in that regard, you can go in for somewhat ineffective and even highly ineffective. Then we'll move on to the next cell, and here you can see that the that the borrower can hypothetically talk about using the loan amount for promoting healthcare access, education access for their family or their community, and they evoke a strong sense of trust and reliability. They have a good track record in that regard. Then you can actually opt for highly effective or somewhat effective. But then if they are not really clear as to how they're going to accomplish social sustainability, and they don't evoke a strong sense of trust or reliability in the context of social sustainability, you can go in for somewhat ineffective or even highly ineffective. Then we move on to the last cell, which is economic sustainability, is that includes credibility in the context of economic sustainability. So let's just hypothetically evaluate a pitch in which the borrower really talks about that yes, they have a good track record, they're reliable in meeting financial goals for their business, and they have a strong track record of boosting income levels, revenues. Then you can say yes, there's a high level of credibility for this business in the context of economic sustainability. So you can rank them as highly effective or somewhat effective in putting across that message. But then, if they're not very clear as to how they can be trusted, how reliable they are in accomplishing financial goals or in generating better revenues, then you can rank them as somewhat ineffective or highly ineffective. And here again, when you're evaluating the borrower, you evaluate the 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 text, the image, and the AI generated video collectively. And you see, as you scroll further down, you will see that you can assess as to whether you want how much you want to invest in that business. Again, it's based on the image, video, and description. So whether it's 25% of the loan amount, 50% of the loan amount, 75% of the loan amount, or 100% of the loan amount. And the subsequent profiles you assess are also based on the same structure, consisting of an image, video, and description, a matrix, a grid, and an investment simulation question. Thank you.